We're going to go ahead and replace our door lock cylinder located on the exterior side of the driver's door and or the passenger door. Now what you want to do is grab your window crank handle and pull outward. If it doesn't pop off, you can use a plastic trim tool, gently pry that out, swing that off to the side. Right behind it, there's a Torx screw. I'm going to go ahead and remove that screw. Once that screw is loose, you should be able to go ahead and pull that window crank handle right off. Take the little gasket and the screw and set it aside. Right underneath your door pull handle here, there are 2 Phillips head screws. Just go ahead and loosen it and remove those screws. Once you get those out, go ahead and set those aside. Go ahead and pull your trim panel. And pop that out like so, and go ahead and set that aside. Right here under the door pull, there's a Phillips head screw. Loosen and remove this. On the lower left-hand corner of the door panel, there is another Phillips head screw right here. Now loosen and remove this one. We have our 2 screws removed from our door panel. We want to go ahead and push up on the door panel. Lift it straight up, pull it off, and set it aside. We want to go ahead and remove our water shield here. It's going to go up to the upper corner. You're going to slowly start to peel this off. You want to be careful not to tear this. If you do happen to tear it, you just want to use some sort of tape to reseal it back up. Go ahead and peel this back and tuck that away. Now on the inside of the door shell right here, we have this little tab, and this is actually a retainer bracket or tab that goes inside, and it goes to the back side of our door latch area here. Kind of tough to see on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and use our trim tool. Go ahead and work this lock bracket out and get that moving a little bit. And pop that off. Now the inside, the key lock cylinder should now be loose. We also have our rod for our lock cylinder that goes into the back side of it. So we're going to go ahead and push that rod out. Use one of our pry tools here with a notch in it to get to that rod, and we're going to bump that out. Once that rod is popped out, we're going to go ahead and reach around to the other side, grab that lock cylinder. I'm going to go ahead and reach around to the front side of the door, grab the lock cylinder, slowly work that out. This is notched out specific. It's a wider notch on the bottom, narrow on the top. You want to match that up to your lock cylinder. Wide on the bottom, narrow on the top. Install that there. It should go right into place. Snap it in. Now we can go ahead and install our retainer tab. So when we go to install our retainer clip here, we want to help you understand how it's going to retain itself. On the top and bottom, right behind the lock cylinder cover here, are 2 notches. When we slide this in, it's going to go right into those notches, and then there's basically a pressure fit between the door and the cylinder itself. So let's go ahead and install our retainer clip into the door and capture our new lock cylinder already sitting in the door. I did apply a little bit of grease on here to help that slide into place. We're installing our clip into the back side here. I'm going to capture that. I'm going to go ahead and give that a good push, and that's locked into place. Now we're going to go ahead and install the rod. Just pull that into the latch. And we'll go ahead let's go ahead and install our key in the lock cylinder. We're going to give this a test, and we're going to turn this back and forth, and we see that the linkage is all working properly. You're all set. Let's go ahead and install our water shield back up and into place. Now, if the adhesive is still good, it'll probably hold up in there just fine. Ours is not as secure as we would like it. It is peeling off. Simple enough. Use some tape. Simply just going to stick that on like that to hold it in place. Going to do it in a few different spots. I'm going to go ahead and install our door panel. You want to make sure that on the back side of the door panel, these little tabs here go into the notches located inside the door shell. Also want to pay attention to your lock button. You want to go ahead and put that in at the top, and then we'll drop the panel down into place. Our panel is locked in all the way around. Let's go ahead and install our 2 screws. We're going to just get that started into the door itself. Once that's started, on the lower left, we have our bottom screw right here. Let's go ahead and get those secured. Going to install our upper trim bezel here. You have these little metal retaining clips around the perimeter. Simply line that up. Snap that into place. We have our 2 screws to put in just below our door pull. Get those lined up, and then we'll go ahead and snug those down. And you just want to snug these down. You don't want to over tighten them. So at this point here, we're going to go ahead and install our crank handle. Go ahead and get our Torx screw installed there. And let's go ahead and get that screwed on in. We'll snug that down. Once you have that snug down into place, you gotta bring that cap over, snap that on, and go ahead and test out your window.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.